Greetings, I'm Carla Craft, coming to you from Sedona, Arizona via YouTube video. And we're talking today about CBD from hemp. That's cannabinoids and cannabidiol coming from the plant. That is hemp, not cannabis. They are sister plants, but structured a little bit differently. So we know that cannabidiol, CBD, is found throughout the seeds, the stalk, and the flowers in the cannabis plant. And in terms of its molecular structure, CBD is CBD. It is the same molecule whether the CBD comes from hemp, cannabis, or a test tube, which is really interesting for a lot of people. They just can't get their head around that. So unlike many of the 85 plus cannabinoids that we are aware of in the plant, cannabidiol occurs naturally in significant quantities in cannabis and hemp, so it's easily extracted from the plant. Cannabis and hemp differ in the levels of naturally occurring THC that they contain, and cannabinoid and CBD interacts with the body through the endogenous cannabinoid system, which is what we call the endocannabinoid system. Your endocannabinoid system is a receptor system. We know what that is, right? So we have CB1 receptor in the brain, CB2 receptors in the vital organs and the cellular structure of the body. And, excuse me, all living things on the planet have an endocannabinoid system, which is a receptor system. Animals, everything. So we've taken a cannabinoid from a plant, and we've introduced it into an endocannabinoid system, which is a receptor system, and that brings homeostasis to the body. If taken on a regular dosage amount daily for 30 days, you can create a whole new shift in your system that you didn't have before. Certain receptors are heavily concentrated in the central nervous system, and others are found almost in every other organ of the body. So it's really, really important to, when you're taking this product, to put it under the tongue and hold it there for as long as possible, at least 30 seconds or more. Getting it on the gum lines, into the cheeks. The reason why is we call that bioavailability. It gets into the bloodstream very quickly that way, and it starts acting very fast. We don't want it to go into the, excuse me, into the organs, because then it will process out a lot of the important properties that we are trying to retain. And that's why this process is so important, to take it under the tongue. Not taking it in a capsule, not rubbing it on the skin, which is effective both ways. But the most effective way to get it into the body is either orally or rectally, and not many people are comfortable with that. So, excuse me. The endocannabinoid system is very vast. Cell receptor proteins with many functions. Some describe the endocannabinoid system as the greatest neurotransmitter system ever created, which is in the natural creation of the body. And it lends a hand in seemingly just about everything, including your mood, your memory, motor control, immune function, pain perception, appetite, sleep, bone development, arthritis, all kinds of issues that you can have in your body. As we start growing just from birth, our endocannabinoid system becomes depleted. So this introduces it back into the system, building it back up and supporting it the way that it needs to be. Creating homeostasis is amazing. So it's important to understand also that CBD is not a panacea. And a panacea is something that fixes everything. We know it doesn't fix everything, but we know it does an awful lot. So if you feel that this is something that could benefit whatever is going on within you, please trust in the plant. Trust in the healing that Mother Earth has provided for you. Trust in a product that you know where it's grown, how it's grown, what products it's used to be grown with. What is the intention behind the growth of that product? Do you know anything about the growers? Do you know anything about their story? It's very important to know what's going in your body. It's important for you, for your children, for your animals. And this is a product that everybody can use and should be in your medicine cabinet. Grandchildren take it. Doctors, lawyers, CDL drivers, mine workers, police officers, firemen, you name it. Anybody that's concerned about having a drug test done in their job can feel safe with our product. We can't speak for anybody else's. But for our product, we do know what the percentage of THC is, and it's 0.1%, which is necessary to create a full spectrum extraction, and that's a whole plant. Without that, it's fundamental to have this component in place. In order for everything else to work, all the other cannabinoids have to have this one particular thing there for them to all work in the manner of which we know that they create such beautiful synergy. So, excuse me, we talked about the importance of how it's grown, where it's grown. Taking anything into your body that you don't know about can be harmful to you. We have trusted in the FDA and in our government for far too long, and they have misguided us. I am a perfect example of how I trusted in that system, and it made me very sick and almost killed me. Last year in October, I had a double mastectomy. I had cancer in 15 points of my breast due to textured implants I had for 14 years from Allergan, which is the company that made the implants. I had them put in 2003, which was my third surgery. I've had 9 surgeries done on my chest. And in 2003, I had the last reconstructive surgery done, and the implants were put in. That was 14 years ago. 3 years after getting the implants, I started having symptoms, getting very, very sick. Didn't know what was wrong with me. Saw the doctors. They put me on pills. More pills, more pills, more pills. So many, many years later, 11 pills later every single day, I was at 170 pounds, couldn't move. My joints hurt so bad. I was labeled with fibromyalgia, manic depression, scoliosis, amateur arthritis, and I had some problems with my memory. I was disabled for 7 years from temporary memory loss. I had to have somebody be my beneficiary to handle my business and my bills because I couldn't remember things. I walked to the corner of the street and forgot where I was. I was deathly ill. So I had great breasts, but they almost killed me. And if it wasn't for the CBD and the wonderful work of Dr. Tom Toohey, who was my physician in Newport Beach, I probably would be not here today. So October 5th, 2017, I had the explant done. We did a full mastectomy on both breasts to make sure we got it all out, and I saturated my body only with my enlightened oils, CBD, no opiates, no antibiotics, clean. My husband took care of me for the first 24 hours. All I did was eat, drink, and take my oil and rest. I had no inflammation, no bruising, and within 3 weeks I was in Lake Tahoe at a friend's house visiting for the weekend, and I hiked an entire mile, which was pretty far, uphill behind their home, and I was absolutely elated with the success of what I did. It was a monumental moment for me. I didn't think I was ever going to be able to hike again. I wasn't able to move for the past year and a half. My body was swollen and infected with toxin. My joints hurt, my muscles ached, I had atrophy everywhere. But I still had to keep going. I have purpose here, and my purpose is deep. I lost one of my lifelong friends who I had lost contact for 26 years with, and she found me through Facebook in 2014. Didn't know that she had cancer till it was too late, but I rushed to her aid and her side to try and help her, and I raised money to pay for the product, and this was quite a few years ago, of course, before I was in the hemp industry. I was in cannabis at the time, so all I knew was about cannabis products that at the time were not good, and still many of them aren't. Tainted with horrible chemicals, processes done wrong, bad processing, and also the growth of the product. Pesticides, people just not caring, and it's unfortunate. So by the time I had this surgery, my body was getting to a point where it just really was dying, and I was unable to move and do much. So that hike that I did that day told my soul that it was going to be okay, that the worst part was over and only healing can now begin. And how did I reach that healing point? I trusted in Mother Earth for all that she has provided me for my healing throughout my entire life. And I embraced it, and I trusted the hemp to heal me. And I had to be an advocate for it even more than I already was, because people needed to understand just how great it is and how wonderful it can help you. It helps children. Don't think that your kids shouldn't take this. If you give your child Tylenol, ibuprofen, synthetic drugs, that's harmful. That is what you need to be checking yourself on, not the fact that you're giving them a hemp product. Society has been just tarnished with this, or the society has learned about this through a tarnished idea that has been put into your brain to make you think that it's a bad thing. 1947, it was labeled as a Schedule I drug by somebody that couldn't control it and make money off of it, like the rest of the stuff that the government does. So you're going to trust a government, big pharma company to take care of the healing of your child? How about for yourself? Start making healthy choices for yourself. You can find out that there's an awful lot that hemp can do for you. It can heal your animal, it can heal you, it can heal your children, it can heal your mother, it can heal your cousin, your friend down the street. It does amazing things. It reproduces collagen, restores viable growth in cells and bone tissue. So much it can do. So if you're questioning some of the things that it helps with, we know this. It helps with digestive aid. If you're going through chemotherapy and radiation, for example, a lot of people can't eat. This helps soothe that space in your body and helps you eat and stay strong, because if you can stay strong, you might be able to fight it. It's an analgesic, pain relief. I mean, I've put it on my skin when I've burned myself, and the next day, literally gone. I mean, you can see a little bit of pink, but nothing, no blister or anything like normally it would be. It's in all of my skincare products. It's a wonderful healing from the outside in and inside out. It helps with anxiety relief. Brings you to a balance point where you can just feel very comfortable of where you're supposed to be every day without heightened energy of whatever's causing it. Helps with cancer. It's an antipsychotic. Imagine all those horrible antipsychotic pills like Abilify. Kaiser Permanente had me on Abilify for a long time. Said I was manic depressive. I was just in a bad relationship, and I wasn't taking care of myself, and I had implants in my body that were killing me. I wasn't manic depressive. Helps with addiction. Imagine what we could do for addiction in this country and in this world if we offered hemp as a part of the process in these sober living homes, in all these intake centers. But there's no money to be made in that, getting people healthy and well, so they refuse to accept it there. I've tried to promote it through different facilities to get them to take it on board, but they won't, because there's no money in it. Sick people, there's money. So it helps with acne, diabetes, fibromyalgia, which is usually caused by food. Most of these things that you have going on in your body is caused by food. Helps with post-traumatic stress disorder, schizophrenia, Crohn's disease, MS. We can go on and on and on through the list of what we know that it can do and help with. Arthritis. My body's strewn with arthritis, and it helps me get up every day without inflammation and put a smile on my face, because I know I'm taking something that's good for me and that's naturally in my body already. It's reoccurring. So CBD continues to surprise the medical researchers that we have working steadily on this with diligent compassion and need to find a result in, with a variety of common health benefits that it provides. An increasing number of scientists and physicians and consumers are learning about these health benefits and incorporating CBD into a healthy lifestyle plan. And Buddha Farms will help you also embody that lifestyle. We are here for you. You can contact us anytime. You can reach us through our website at buddhafarms.com. You can also reach us via email at info@buddhafarms.com. You can call us toll free, 866-334-3676. Or if you're local in Arizona, you can call us at 928-282-1802. We do have our product in various places in many different states. If you are in Sedona, Arizona, you can pick up oil locally at Raven's Call, but you have to make an appointment. You can get it at Sedona New Day Spa, and you can also call me directly. I'm happy to make house calls, hotel calls, wherever you are, you need it at work, on the run. It's good to have in your body, it's good to have in your life, and it's good to share with people that you know and that you love. So let me leave this one message with you. If you're struggling with the idea of wanting to take hemp CBD oil, do your research. Find out where it's grown, how it's grown, what the intention is behind it. Make sure it's a good, clean product that you're putting in your body. Make sure that the potency is strong. We're over 60% cannabinoid structure in our product. The majority of oil out there that you get, you're lucky if it's 15. So do your homework. Ask for test results. We're happy to share our test results with the world because we have nothing to hide. And you must make a choice to take a chance, or your life will never change. Namaste.